What is up, Bulls Nation? The Chicago Bulls pulled out the victory 116-110 in a game where it looked like they might lose it in the end to the Toronto Raptors. And honestly, this game started out with the Bulls playing well, and they took their foot off the gas, which has become a habit. We're going to talk about that, as well as the things they have to really focus on if they want to become a championship contending type of team. And we're also going to go over the good game that a couple of the players had. All of that right after the intro.
Welcome to the Let's Talk Bulls podcast, your number one Bulls podcast in Chicago.
Welcome to Let's Talk Bulls, your number one Bulls podcast in Chicago. My name's Quinton. I'm your host, and if you're new to the channel, if this is your first video, make sure you smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, hit that subscribe button so you can join the family, and hit that bell notification so you're notified when I drop more of these videos. With that, we're going to get right into it. The Chicago Bulls started this game out playing good basketball, right? They got down, they got into the paint, and they got Vooch the ball. And that's what you wanted to see going into this game. The Toronto Raptors traded Siakam. They got some other players back. And honestly, they are no longer that long, lengthy defensive team they've been over the last couple of years, right? Now they have some good guards, but they are a lot smaller of a team. And in a game like that, you wanted Vooch to really be utilized. And that's what happened. When we started this game, the Bulls got him the ball. They were looking for him in the post, and we were getting post inside points, and that's what you want to see from this team, moving the ball and getting to the mismatches against the opposition. Now, even though we did do a lot, the Raptors gave their best effort, okay? So Scottie Barnes is now officially the number one for the Raptors, and he showed it tonight. 31 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. He even started to take over a little bit towards the fourth. He did not look afraid of the moment, and it's crazy. It's got to be a good thing to have such a player that's a small forward who's tall, lengthy, loves defense, and is starting to work heavily on their game to a point where now they're becoming a mid-range and three-point shooter when they weren't when they came into the league. That's something you want to see from a young player, and the Toronto Raptors have it. And they've decided to shape their team around Scottie Barnes, trading for Quickly, trading for RJ Barrett, trading for Bruce Brown. And honestly, these are the players that really contributed tonight as well, right? It's got to be something that they love to see, that the players they traded for are the ones that are contributing. Okay, so Quickly, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. RJ Barrett, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Bruce Brown, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. And honestly, Bruce Brown, this is his first game with the team. He came in like he has been on this team all year, right? To see him come from the Pacers and immediately just fit in like that has to be great for Toronto, even if they are going to let him go at the end of the year, most likely. To see him fit in that well, it's got to be a smart thing, and it's got to make them a little bit happy to see that that trade worked out for him a little bit. But getting back to this game, getting back to the Bulls side of it, the Bulls found a way to get the victory, even though they let their foot off the gas in the second quarter and started letting Toronto back in this game, honestly losing a lot of the momentum, and at one point making it seem like Toronto might just take away this game. They pulled out the victory, and a big part of that is DeMar DeRozan. 24 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists for DeMar. Towards the fourth quarter, he really got active, really started to become that fourth quarter king that we know him to be, and he was shooting his mid-range shot. He did take a lot of shots this game, though, 9 for 20 from the field. I don't know if I like seeing DeMar shooting 9 for 20, but hey, he stepped up when the time came, and he also was getting assists and rebounds. The Bulls focused on getting rebounds this game, and I like to see that. Kobe White, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Kobe White this game was looking good everywhere but the three-point line. He shot terribly from 3, 1 for 6 from the three-point line. But the thing you love seeing from Kobe each and every game is even when he's not shooting well, he's focused on how to get the team a victory, right? So yes, he had 23 points, and most of that was him getting to the rim, getting to the mid-range, doing things that weren't three-point shots because he understood that that wasn't where he was shooting tonight. And then 8 points, 4 assists, he was going after, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. He was going after rebounds, going after getting his teammates involved. He was doing winning things, and that's what you want to see, because Kobe is our young star. It's who we want to take over this team, so we want to see him start to learn that when your shot's not falling, you got to find a way to make up those points. You got to find a way to win the basketball game for your teammates, and that's what he's starting to do. He also, towards the end of this game, started to look like he was taking over it, right? The last couple plays, before this game, Kobe was wanting the ball. He had a nice drive for a layup to really close it out, and you can see he's not afraid of the moment. So seeing him have that chance to experience that and hopefully get more of them is definitely something I'm looking forward to seeing for the Bulls. Vooch, 24 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists. Vooch did his thing, and that's what's to be expected. The Raptors are not a big team anymore. Vooch outpowers most of them. He had to have a good game this game, and the Bulls looked for him. They were getting him the ball in the post, and he was making those post hooks, making those layups, which he's been missing all year, honestly. So he's finally getting them to go down. He was looking aggressive, just using his strength, using his size, going after rebounds, and doing the smart thing, just staying by the rim. That's what we want from Vooch. Stay by the rim. And honestly, he got his minutes. We didn't play a lot of Andre Drummond, which kind of surprised me. Drummond only got 10 minutes, which I don't know if that's just something where Billy, maybe he did something and Billy just decided not to play him, or if maybe he's not feeling the best, because this is a game where Drummond could have really had a good game with rebounds and points. Right? There was a point at the start of this game where he was using his body to get into the paint, and at one point they were like, I don't know what you want me to do with him. I'm not strong enough. So to see him not continue to play more minutes, that's got to be something that's either maybe he's just not feeling good, or if Billy just is Billy. Back to the starters. Alex Caruso, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Alex did an Alex game. There's never really much to say about Alex. Alex just does his job. He comes in, clocks in, does what you need him to do, clocks out, and goes and becomes the GOAT of the Bulls. Right? Zach LaVine, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Zach didn't shoot a lot. Zach didn't score a lot. At one point of this game, he did leave the court. He went to the back. It looked like he twisted his ankle. The replay looked pretty bad, honestly. It did not look that good. And with that, hopefully he comes back next game, or if it is something that's aggravating him, maybe he sits out. I just hope it's not a severe injury. Right, the last thing I would want to see is Zach LaVine, after having a foot injury, being out for so long, getting back, starting to get into rhythm, looking like he's trying to fit in with this team, and to have it happen right now. I would hate for there to be a severe injury, especially this close to the end of the trade deadline as well, when you know Zach's been looking for a trade and he's been playing better. To have something where you know he's looking even worse with injuries, just let's hope this is something that's very simple and very just little as far as the scale of the injury, right? Ayo Dosunmu came off the bench, 10 points, 5 assists. Ayo's been doing really good coming off, being that first man off the bench for Caruso, keeping up that defensive energy, keeping up, playing good defense, and getting out on the fast break and running. That's something that Ayo's becoming known for, is getting to the rim, getting out on the fast break, and making smart decisions. And Patrick Williams comes back, 12 points, 1 assist, 5 for 9 from the field. He didn't look super aggressive. I'm going to give him a pass. Like I said, when he first came back the last game before sitting out again, I think Patrick is going to have a few games consistently where he can get himself back in the rhythm, he can get his lungs back, and really start to stay aggressive throughout the whole game. But the good thing is we saw moments in this game where he got aggressive. He wasn't aggressive the whole game, but there were moments where he pushed it. He got a good dunk. He was taking some mid-ranges, and that's all you want to see. Dalen Terry didn't do much, 3 rebounds. He was out there, negative 13 plus minus, but hey, he got some minutes. That's all I got to ask for right now. Get him minutes. The more he plays, the more exposure, the only good things that can happen, right? So with that, the Bulls found a way to win. They had some contributes from their starters. Kobe, DeMar, Vooch were the big 3 in this game. But for what I want to know and what I want to hear from you guys is just let me know below. Should the Bulls be worried about Zach LaVine, right? Should the Bulls be worried about Zach LaVine's injury? And if he is injured, do you think it will stop him from getting traded before the deadline? That's the question of the video. But we're going to finish this off with the last thing I want to talk about, and that is the 2 things the Bulls have to really focus on if they want to be a contending team. 1, we talked about it already. Don't take your foot off the gas. Put it on their throat and stomp. Keep stomping. Win games early, because the Bulls tend to keep getting into this fourth quarter back and forth where they're trying to push out a win instead of being up 23 going into the fourth, knowing that they're going to win a game. That's what you want to see them do. Focus on that. Focus on putting a team down early so you can rest your starters. You can let them have less minutes. Zach LaVine got injured this game, right? hopefully you can destroy a team next game and he doesn't have to play as much, right? You also have Kobe and DeMar right now, two of the most played players minutes-wise in the league. If you can find a way to blow teams out and get them rest, do it. Stop taking your foot off the gas. Stop thinking you can turn it on later. Just turn it on now and end it early so we all can go home happier, right? 2, stop letting the refs affect you. The Bulls have run into an issue when it comes to refs not giving them the calls they want, where they overreact, right? I've seen plays where Zach LaVine thinks he got fouled, they don't call it, and now he's staying on the other side to complain instead of getting back on defense, and now it's an easy layup. DeMar DeRozan flopping to the ground and laying there hoping that he gets a call, and when he doesn't, staying on the ground instead of getting back on defense. Vooch fouling someone thinking he didn't, and then next play fouling them again just so he can say that's a real foul. These are things you can't do and be a contender. You have to focus, right? You don't see the Nuggets complaining about every call. You don't see Boston complaining about every call. You know who you see complaining all the time? Luka. Luka's a great player, but the Mavericks are not a contending team to win a championship. Embiid, always complaining. Not a championship contending team right now. You have to stop complaining, play the game, and don't let it affect your mentality. And that takes me back to the first point. Don't let it affect you and crush the other team so you don't have to care about the fouls. Okay? With that, I hope you guys had a great video. If you did, once again, leave a like, leave a subscribe, and leave a bell notification push so you get notified. I'm fighting for this 1,000 subscribers. I want to get monetized so I can start making more of these videos for you guys, and I'm hoping to do that by the end of this season. So hope y'all have a great night. I will see you next time. Peace.